grab your sunscreen and your fashionable yet functional protective scarves because we are diving into the Scorch Trials trailer today. And I am so excited. This trailer has been a long time coming. I mean, the movie's only 4 months away from coming out, so I'm excited to see it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's watch. Ooh, it sounds 50 Shades of Grey.
I think it's safe to say the maze trials were a complete success. It's too soon to say, but they could be the key to everything.
This is all just from the last movie.
Welcome to the Scorch.
Haha, that was fun.
The world outside's hanging on by a very thin thread. Beyond this door,
Ooh, backstory.
lies the beginning of your new lives. Hey, Thomas, we weren't the only maze.
Haha.
What do you remember about Wicked? I remember they sent me into the maze. I remember watching my friends die in front of me. Don't you want to understand? Understand what? Why this all happened. I just need to know. Whose side are you on? They're hiding something.
What? You don't know that?
They lied to us. We never escaped. It's all just been part of their plan.
What do they want from us?
Thomas! The maze is one thing. The two kids might last one day out in the Scorch.
Make it. Oh, wait, man. Well, this is different.
What the?
Where'd you get that jacket from? The 2 seconds it took to open the door.
The course of your lives will determine the course of humanity.
Okay, so Teresa's with them, I guess.
Into light or
Ooh.
darkness.
Hot. Interesting. Alright, so it looks like the movie will be deviating from the book in a lot of big ways. First of all, I noticed that Teresa was with them the entire time, which if you've read the book, they wake up one day and Teresa is missing and this other kid, Arius, is just there mysteriously and is like, hey, I came from another maze, but in the trailer, it looks like all the kids are together from all the mazes and they're like, oh my gosh, where did you guys come from? Oh, I was in the other maze. And it also doesn't look like they were all girls. I mean, I couldn't get a good feel of them, but it looked like some of them were boys. I don't know. It's just, that's different. I don't really like that because it's not as secretive, but maybe it's just easier to work into the narrative if you put all of them together. And then obviously there's more people that you could pick from to kill in the Scorch Trials because now you have less people that were attached to if you bring in the other maze. So it's like, oh, let's just kill off extra number 5 from Maze B. Yeah, Teresa, she's with them the whole way. She doesn't get separated from them, which is interesting because the whole big thing that really changes Thomas in Scorch Trials is Teresa's betrayal from when she goes to the other maze and has to betray him, and that's when he's like, I'm done with Wicked. Wicked sucks. I don't care if they say they're good. They're not good. And if she's with them, the betrayal is going to be like different to write in. Like, it's not just going to happen automatically because Teresa's with them. And then the other thing I noticed was that in the book, they all agree to go out to the Scorch Trials because they're really given no choice. They say, that creepy guy that looks like a fox and a mouse at the same time. Ratman, that's his name, Ratman. He tells them that there's a deadly plague called the Flare affecting humanity. They've all been exposed to it. If they go through the Scorch Trials, they will give them the cure for it, which turns out to be a lie, but we'll get into that in the death cure. And they're like, okay, I see we have no choice. Let's go out into the Scorch Trials. In the trailer, instead, they're like, screw this, guys. You're still bad. You're still keeping us hostage. You're the people who kept us in the maze. We're leaving. And then they like run out into the Scorch and they get away. And then it makes it look like they're getting hunted. But I have a feeling that at the end of the movie, like Maze Runner, it's going to turn out that it was all part of the plan. I don't know. The movie looks good. Like I said, it just looks different from the book. I really like Dylan O'Brien. I feel like these movies are really showcasing his range as an actor and kind of propelling him up into further stardom, which I really like. And I think having him at the helm of these movies is really good, and they're lucky because the books basically all focus on Thomas and his story, and now they have Dylan O'Brien who can carry this whole series basically by himself. He's really the main focus of everything they've ever showed you. He is very capable of carrying it, so they're lucky in that way that they get to focus the series on Dylan O'Brien because he's the main character and because Thomas is the focus of the series. Now, Scorch Trials is my favorite book in the series, and it's really the book that changes it all. This is when Thomas is kind of like, F all y'all, I'm doing my own thing, kind of has his Katniss moment where he's just done with people oppressing him and controlling him, and he's like, forget y'all. So I'm really excited and really hopeful that they're going to portray it accurately and in a good way. It already looks like they're changing a lot. Like I said, Teresa's with them, escape into the Scorch Trials. They don't get sent out, and then it looks like they're being hunted, which I don't know if I'm gonna like that, because one of the really cool things was just how torturous and crazy the Scorch Trials were, like with the giant wax things that would cut your head off and then melt you and stuff like that. I feel like that was really interesting, really cool, and really different. So I'm hoping they'll still keep that stuff in. And then I'm also hoping that this is when we're finally going to get our backstory into seeing what the maze is like, what the world outside is like, where Wicked came from, all that, because it was really interesting to see it described and see the comparison between like what the world is now. I mean, Rose took my nose, I suppose. Everyone who's read the books knows that's one of the creepiest lines ever. We didn't really get to see a good look at Brenda, which was unfortunate, but Brenda, I've always wanted Holland Roden to play Brenda, because Brenda in my mind has always been a redhead. The girl that cast for Brenda, she just doesn't look like what I pictured Brenda to be, so hopefully she can act, but I'm very saddened about Brenda. So if you guys have seen the trailer, please feel free to leave what you thought down below in the comments. I'm so excited for this movie. It comes out September 18th, which is really close when you actually think about it, and I'm actually probably going to see it in the theater. I waited so long to see Maze Runner, and Maze Runner was really good, so I'm really, really excited to see Scorch Trials. I hope they don't change it too much, and if they do change it, that the changes work, because I mean, that trailer so far was very, very different from the book. The only thing it really had in common was the Scorch Trials. I mean, that was really the only thing, was them going out into the Scorch Trials, and again, them being warious of Wicked, because I mean, Wicked, that's a big thing. We don't know if we can trust Wicked or not, and Thomas never really fully trusts Wicked, even though everyone else kind of does, and that's what I'm really interested to see, how they're gonna work in Teresa trusting Wicked, because that's where her betrayal of Thomas comes from, is her trust in Wicked, where he's like, no, this isn't really good, and she's like, yeah, it is. So I'm interested to see how they're gonna explain Wicked if Teresa's with Thomas. Maybe she'll get kidnapped like halfway throughout, and then Wicked will be like, hey girl, go stab your boyfriend for us, and she'll be like, okay. So I'm interested to see that, but yeah, other than that, the movie does look really good, really action-packed, and I mean, there's a shower scene with Dylan O'Brien, so sign me up, I'm there. Yeah, if you've seen the trailer, leave your thoughts down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my videos and be told when I make more. It'll be lots of fun. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!